Absolutely.
Yeah, because if I knew how to make millions, I guarantee I wouldn't be telling anyone else.
Step one is to have rich parents. Step two is to make people pay for a lecture.
Well, it's the number one. It's the number one way of making money, you know. I mean, Donald Trump. You look at him. You know, he was a self-made person. His dad just stumped him a couple of million for his first ever loan. You know, first ever business venture.
Yeah. He has been bankrupt 4 times, though.
I know. Well, all of them have.
Yeah. That's the way to get out of it. Declare yourself bankrupt. Don't have to pay anyone back. Go to the little slush fund you had hidden. You're back in the game again. Sell nuclear secrets to foreign countries.
I suppose I could take some fuel out and see what I could really do in lap times instead of going chock-a-block.
It's like the Apprentice show. The producer says it was meant to be ironic because what does this guy know about business?
I probably shouldn't have had the red wine. I'm still drinking at the moment.
What, you're getting your excuses lined up already?
No. It's medicinal, purely medicinal, because my whole family had COVID the other week, but I missed out because I reckon the red wine stopped me from getting it. So I'm preventative medicine now.
Sounds like a damn fine idea.
Prevention's better than the cure.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm all stressed. I had to go in the office today for the first time in ages. And anyway, Paul, I don't need excuses to drive like shit.
No, neither do I. I just do it naturally.
It's a skill you learn.
Hey, it's not easy buying this crap.
Not consistently, no.
The suspension in these motors made out of marshmallow.
Likes to understeer a bit.
Yeah, the sausage curve, and next minute I've got 90% damage.
Well, Steve, you know what the rule is. Keep off the sausage.
Keep off the sausage. That's what she said.
Okay, so what did I miss?
Not a lot.
We're talking about sausage.
Yeah, we've degenerated that far. I'll get Brooklands and Luffield right one day.
Any particular kind of sausage?
English sausage.
Big one.
Big orange sausage.
Big, orange, fat English sausage. What's that? We have to stay off them?
Yeah. just for interest sake, I thought I'd try last night quickly, just before the iRacing started. I thought I'd have a little go with the GT4 Merc around here and AMS2, and I tell you, the handling is not that much different.
Yeah.
A little bit more tail out on the exit, but that's about it. Not much.
Have you driven the GT3s in it yet?
I had a go, just a very brief go the other night. I thought,
They're very weird.
Yeah.
I think lately I'm probably a bit more excited for some AMS2 runs.
They're fun to drive. I like the tail out fashion and the fact that you can catch the slide. As Gamer Muscle likes to say, they don't auto-bin you.
Anybody going to chuck together a livery for the competition?
Nope. I have no skills and I just don't know how to use GIMP.
It's tricky.
I've got GIMP, I've got to learn it.
But you guys are represented anyway. I just thought you could chuck together a New Zealand livery for us.
I was colluding with a certain someone, Paul, about that livery contest.
Oh, right.
I hit up Marcus, I'm like, oh, give us some more Amelia Shift liveries and, you know, we'll enter it so I can win it and we get more anime liveries.
Chris, where have you gone?
Oh, no answer there. Maybe his internet has carved it. Although he's still showing it, Discord.
Hopefully he's got time to come back.
Well, he's got 13 minutes, so he should be hopefully be right. it's hard to spot the. That was him leaving, I guess, was it?
No,
that
that's
was
someone else joining.
Pete coming in.
Ah. It's hard to spot the entry to that chicane.
It is. I keep backing off way more than I need to.
Yeah, when we did Simon Series, I was in the Lotus, and my whole setup was about throwing it through that corner as fast as I could. I don't think I've ever spent more than a week on a setup before.
Never spelt anywhere near that long on the setup. Takes longer
Hey,
than
guys.
5 minutes, it's too much for me. Hey Pete.
Hi, Pete.
How you all doing?
Good. Yourself?
We're going well tonight.
Good, good.
A rainy Melbourne, chucking down, what else would you rather be doing?
Ah, mate, Adelaide's the same, yeah.
It's all coming down from up north with all those northerners sending the rain down to us.
Yeah, you could have it.
You haven't got rain where you are, Dylan, because you're further north, aren't you? You're up sort of north coast New South Wales.
Yeah. Still been raining.
Don't send it down here. We're all right.
Just hit the sausage, we got away with it. That's what she said, Steve.
I was mid-corner, didn't get there in time. Because I can't leave my mic on all the time because I swear too much at myself.
Is join and quali turned on, guys?
Yes.
Should be.
Yeah. Well, Pete,
Yeah, that's all good. My PC decided to do a restart for some reason.
Oh, bless. Yeah, you got 9 minutes.
Yeah, hopefully it'll boot in time.
Why is it a potato?
Yes, it is.
Ah.
My whole rig is solid state, and I'm very happy.
Woohoo.
Unless you're playing GTA 5, then it takes longer to load.
Yeah, I got SSD from my main hard drive. My storage drive is still a decent.
I got a really good M.2 from PNY, and honestly, you cannot tell the difference between that and just an old SATA.
Sorry, Paul, I can see you there, but not as good as I can.
Solid
Alright,
state's
Peter.
actually one of the most speed improvements I ever did with my computer, to be quite honest.
Yeah,
No,
the jump
what's the
to a
difference?
cheap SSD is so much more than a jump from that SSD to the best there is.
Yeah.
is going to get nasty. I think if I'd have tried to force that round there, Pete, I would have clouted you in the side.
Oh, I would have been alright, mate. I'm just trying to get a lap in, just to get one on the board. But
All right, go for it.
It's a lovely track.
I quite like it myself, to be honest.
Yeah, I ran a few laps in the Merc, and first I was like, oh, I don't like this. For some reason, my brake markers don't show up anywhere. Maybe it doesn't have any. But then, yeah, I'll let you go past anyway, mate. But yeah, yeah, it's lots of fun.
Yeah.
I can see why in the Formula One it's so crazy and fast, and how big Max's crash would have been on like corners like this, I guess.
Cops, yeah, it would have been a big crash in cops there.
Yeah.
Particularly when they just take it flat.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like you get a bit of a feeling of how vast it is and how fast they must be going, and shit. Yeah, it would have been a big scary crash.
You got to take the FR3 around here. It's just like so hooked up and loose at the same time.
Yeah.
I had the non-ABS brake profile loaded in my pedals instead of the bloody ABS profile. Probably still won't make me any faster, but it makes me feel better.
Nothing can be as bad as the new F1 game though, because the physics are hooked up to the frame rate.
That's handy.
Dan had a bad time when he tried to run it on VR. It was shocking for him. Mind you, my frame rate's not that flash around here.
Yeah, if you play it and you lock to 60 FPS, your car's more stable. So I don't know how well that's going to go over with the esports.
How you going there, Chris? You getting in?
You know, living at Zandvoort must be a nightmare, because they went from 30 miles an hour to 33 miles an hour. It's been at 1 mile an hour for the last 2 years.
Ooh, that was what I was hoping for, but didn't get there. Good work, Dylan.
I like to thank the choc chip cookie for keeping me conscious.
Enjoy it.
You getting in, Chris? No.
Nope.
Why? What's up?
Steam's not launching.
Steam.
Probably a broken Steam update.
Hang on, I'm probably still going to be too late, I'd say. How long's left?
2.
2 minutes.
220.
Race room's trying to fire up. I reckon I'll miss it by 30 seconds.
Can we extend the warm-up? Oh, no, we can't do that in between, can we?
You can't join in warm up anyway. Are you there yet? Are you there yet?
Are you at the stage where you've selected a car?
Nah, she's not even booting, guys. So I'm going to say I'm out.
Okay.
What, the game's not booting?
Just sitting on that stupid little starting screen.
Yeah, I can do that for a
take
long.
minutes. Yeah.
Don't give up.
It might just come good in time.
50 seconds.
And have you got the password copied in just to paste it in, just in case you get to quickly do that?
Ten seconds.
Nah, she's toast, guys. It's not even loading a screen.
Oh shit.
Sorry, mate.
That's all good. Enjoy. I'll go watch the stream on the other machine.
That's
I
a
was
bloody
gonna say, yeah,
hole
is
in
the
rear.
stream going to still happen?
Yeah, no, it's just this PC. It just absolutely just shut down completely.
And that is wholly unexpected.
Yeah, it's done it. I've had it happened on mine a couple of times, and yeah, it's a pain in the arse to say the least. Especially when you can't find a reason for it, because there's no error codes. There's nothing on the Windows error logs or anything.
Yeah, she's done something weird because she's kicked the taskbar to the top of the screen as well.
I used to do that.
What? Kick the taskbar to the top of the screen?
Yeah.
Ah.
I used to have it on the side like a Mac, but then I was like,
Don't forget race fuel, everyone.
Oh shit.
Diesel. Fill it with diesel.
It's just started now.
Fuck. They won't let you in for the warm up.
No, you can't join in warm up, unfortunately.
That's not possible, or it's not an option.
It won't allow you to. The game won't allow you to.
Yeah, okay.
Well, finish the wine, ready for the race start. I only got water to drink during the race now.
Yeah, I just fell on.
Stephen talking about drinking water's making you want to go to the toilet.
I just had a quick sprint. I had a quick sprint in the warm-up. Oh, but don't forget, I'm an old man. I need to do that.
Oh, good luck, everybody.
Yeah,
Have fun.
Well, what's even weirder is the server's not even showing.
Uh-huh.
Really? You must have something going wrong somewhere.
What's that?
Again.
Alright, guys.
KTM's off everywhere.
Sorry, Rex, I didn't touch you, did I?
No, you can have it. I'm not going to fight you for that.
curb strike, Steve.
A little bit.
Oh, that was a little bit unexpected. Seems like my little GT4 AMG took a little bit of a issue tonight and failed from mechanicals, so I'm missing this race. I'll just jump in now to do a little bit of impromptu commentary for the guys. This is round 5 of the AusNZ Simracing GT4 Championship. Obviously at Silverstone, as you can see, looking at the track, everybody's pretty well versed with what Silverstone looks like. Looks like we had a bit of a serious issue just back there with one of the Porsches. Looks like it lost a front wheel. I'm picking that might have been Rex Calway, actually. Not the kind of start you want there. Mind you, at least he made the grid, not like me. This definitely doesn't look like it's by night, just a little technical glitch there, sorry for that. I'm not cutting the stream off just yet. Beginning to very much look like I should have gone to bed early tonight. So, early stages of this hour-long mini-endurance. We've lost Rex Calway already. We might have caught a glimpse of that just before. He lost a right front wheel after careering into one of the fences there. On lap 4, and it's Greg McKenzie leading the way here. Ahead of Andrew Graham, Paul Dark holding out third, and Shane Hill in fourth. see Mark Halliwell there on screen. He's chasing down Shane in the KTM. And he's got Dylan Angel behind him, so very much the meat and the KTM sandwich. KTMs have been very, very strong throughout this entire season, basically cleaning up every race we've had so far. With the exception of a couple of races which they probably shouldn't have won due to issues that other racers have had. So Dylan Angel ranging up on the back of Mark Halliwell here. I don't expect it to be too long before he makes a move and gets that 5th spot. Just the 9 starters made it to the grid tonight. Bit down on numbers, a few guys away with varying work commitments and things like that, which is a real shame. Always going to struggle with a midweek kind of championship. Numbers have been relatively good in recent times. Like I said, I was all geared up, I'd done some practice, and then, yeah, the old engine blew on the AMG Mercedes. And decided that we couldn't do an engine replacement quick enough, so had to sit this one out, unfortunately. So 6 laps into this 60-minute race, and top 5 cars are all doing 2-minute 11 laps, so all within a second of each other, which is really tight racing as far as that goes for lap times. On track it's a little bit different, with the field actually quite spread out. The only person really looking to make a challenge at the moment is Mark Halliwell, and on behind Dylan there, and Dylan on Shane. Just over a second between those guys, so a little bit of a spread out session. See Dylan and the KTM ranging in on the back of Shane Hill, steadily moving his way towards the front of this. He's got a little way to go, but of course there will be enforced pit stops to be made for this race. I'm pretty sure we're running 2 times fuel and 2 times tyre wear on this one as well, so yeah, some of these guys will chew through the tyres pretty quickly, I think. Nice little drift through the chicane there for Dylan. You see the back end sort of stepping out a little bit. Kept well in check though. These two KTMs starting to catch up to our veteran racer, Paul Dark. He'll probably have words to me about saying that he's a veteran racer. But I don't care. It's true. For those of you who are new to the AusNZ Simracing scene, tuning in for the first time, Paul's is one of our elder drivers. He's been with AusNZ since its conception way back in the day. He's done a lot of laps, sort of stepped away a little bit in the last while. If you tune into some of our Tuesday Thunders, Paul is actually the guy who usually takes the reins of the safety car for us and drives that round, likes flashing his lights and holding everybody up, so that's what he does best. I've had a few times where I've got stuck behind him. He tends to make everything he drives as wide as possible and not give you much of a passing opportunity. Good clean racer, but very frustrating as well. Beginning to turn into a good little battle here. I'm expecting that those two KTMs will get past Paul shortly. They don't seem to lack speed over the Mercedes for some reason. Paul will be looking in the mirrors now and seeing these two beginning to battle for that position and saying, yeah, you guys duke it out. Hopefully it'll give me a little bit of a break on yous. Doesn't really look like it's happening, or gonna happen, but yeah, let's just see. Closing right up on the rear end there. Dylan Jinks to the inside. Almost 3 wide into the corner there. Paul sort of got shuffled out the back there. Don't know whether he was giving too much room and being the gentleman racer that he is, or maybe just got his line a little bit wrong. No, he's into the pits. So an early stop for Paul Dark in this one. I'm wondering if he may have forgotten to top up his race fuel. This is definitely the battle to be watching at the moment. Everybody else is pretty much spread out. We've got Greg McKenzie out in front by 5 seconds over Dylan Angel, another 6 seconds back, just under half a second behind this. We see here Shane Hill, these two battling away, and then Mark Halliwell. Well, he's another 6 seconds behind, and it actually looks like we've lost Paul Dark as well. He's dropped off the timing. Not sure what's going on there. Maybe he's having technicals as well. Leaves us with a rather lackluster 7 cars in the field, but you can watch a little battle like this carry on, it should be alright. Paul's back again, so maybe it was just a little timing glitch there. He dropped off the timing altogether, which made it look like he was actually out of the race, but he's still there. Albeit some 35 seconds off, so the pit stop's obviously come into play there and dropped him right down to the tail end of the field. So Dylan Angel starting to just edge out a little bit of a lead over Shane here at that third spot. We might just check in on some of the other drivers and sort of see what they're doing out there by themselves. Let's go and see where Greg's up to. Oh, here we see Greg McKenzie, and he's definitely throwing that little Audi around. We saw the tail hanging out there. He's some 5 seconds up the road from Andrew Graham. We just see him in the back there, so it's well within striking distance if Greg should make a mistake. But from what I've seen so far in this series, Greg's a very, very accomplished and consistent driver. I haven't seen any issues from him yet, apart from maybe last week where he had a little issue with pitting or something, I think it was. Saw his race come to a premature end. Do a quick run through of the field. So Greg McKenzie in first place there, as you can see, start on lap 10. It's Andrew Graham in second spot. He's 5.5 seconds back, so he's just keeping that 5-second buffer. AMG there. Nice share of sparks as he comes off that turn. Just saw in the background there, Dylan Angel. So let's go and have a look. Here's Dylan in third. The KTM. The, closing in, I imagine, on Andrew before too long. Shane Hill in fourth. Just started the 11th lap. And just over a second behind Dylan. Mark Hallowell, another one in the AMG Mercedes. Nice bright yellow, can't miss that one on the track. Probably a little bit out in no man's land. He's some 14 seconds behind Shane. Kind of a lonely race for a lot of these guys by the looks. Let's pop back to 6th spot, and Stephen Coe in this striking Mobil 1 AMG. Very nice looking car, actually. Kind of envious of the livery once I saw that on track, because it looks pretty damn good. Stephen Coe, of course, a lot of respect for this guy. He's not the quickest, but he's just out there doing it lap after lap, keeps going, and of course he's become synonymous and somewhat famous in AusNZ for his "that's what she said" phrase. Seventh spot, Paul Dark, 43 seconds behind now after that pit stop. I'm not sure. It looks like he's done his mandatory stop, so I'm guessing that Paul's on a very, very alternate strategy. He's going to have to go a long way on the last run, unless he's going to make another stop as well, I would imagine. Pete Dowie sitting in the pits at the moment in the little Audi. Guess this will be his compulsory stop as well. Car hovering in mid-air there. They look a little bit weird in race room with no pit crew around them, and you can't see any jacks or anything. So don't worry, it is not a glitch in the matrix. Here he goes, off and joining the field again. Looks like he's gone down a lap in the process. And just the one retiree so far, and that's Rex Galway. Not looking too obvious from there, but I think he speared off into the wall early in the race and did substantial damage to the car, so couldn't continue. That's your full field, unfortunately. Numbers down a little bit, and yeah, very lonely race for a lot of guys out there. What we might do now is actually jump back into the voice channel and see if the guys are actually chatting about anything, or whether they're just driving around singing heads, shoulders, knees and toes to themselves.
Australia, and we used to have like a half of our factory area was full of Bobcats ready to sell. It's empty. We just can't get the stock.
Yep.
Like we've got containers full of stuff sitting in Singapore because it gets offloaded because someone's willing to pay more to get it shipped here than we are.
Yeah.
So our stuff gets from Europe to Singapore, and that's where it gets offloaded and sits there for weeks. All our container handling gear comes from Europe, and it's all stuck in Singapore.
Yep.
And like gearboxes for heavy equipment, we've got to forecast a year in advance what we're going to sell, because it's a year to get new parts. New.
Well, I have to say, that's probably some of the most bizarre conversation I've heard during a race. Focus in again on Greg McKenzie, and then into Mark Halliwell. So the positions may change a little bit here. So Shane Hill's made his way to the pits. Expect that'll drop him down a couple of positions. So far, 3 drivers have made their compulsory pit stop. That's Shane, just leaving now. Paul Dark and Pete Dowie made his stop earlier as well. So Shane's come out just in front of Paul. So Paul's actually gained quite a bit there from where he was. Some 30 odd seconds down. And Shane will be pushing on the outlap now to try and keep that advantage and maybe move towards the front a little bit more when the others in front of him come back into the pits. So nearing the halfway point of the race now, just 30 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in round 5 of the GT4 Championship here at AusNZ Simracing. A few more drivers taken to the pits now. We've got Andrew Graham, Dylan Angel and Mark Hallowell all in the pits at the same time. Let's see if we get a race off, and as we say that, in comes Stephen Coe as well. Andrew Graham leaving the pits, getting off back on track. Dylan Angel likewise leaving the pits and heading off out to resume battle yet again. Mark Hallowell also leaving the pits, leaving Stephen Coe as the lone person in the pits at the moment, and that leaves just Greg McKenzie to come to pit lane yet. Stephen off again, back to join the fray. And as he leaves, Greg comes in to take his mandatory pit stop. Oh, Steve. Poor old Steve's copped a drive-through penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Looks like Greg's got it right this week with his pit stop. I wonder if he's been practicing a few of that throughout the week. Just checking and have a quick look at Paul Dark here, sitting in 4th position at the moment. Somehow managed to jump Dylan Angel, which has been pretty impressive, but imagine he might suffer a little bit later in the race. So Greg back on track again and held on to that lead position. The gap's come down to 3.5 seconds though to Andrew Graham, so Andrew's made a little bit of time up because it was out about 6 seconds at one stage. Has he got the pace to catch Greg? I don't really think so. Like I said before, Greg's just so consistent and so smooth. "15 laps in the books now, and it's still Greg McKenzie from Andrew Graham by 3.7 seconds, and then Shane Hill running third, some 6.7 seconds behind. In third. Just pop back into the race room voice again and see if they're talking about anything a little bit more exciting than where supplies for forklifts were, I believe it may have been.
That sounded like somebody joining.
That was your friendly commentator joining.
Oh, hello.
Oh, there you go.
Just dropping in to see what you guys are chatting about, because before I came in, it sounded like you were talking about forklift supplies being in Singapore or something.
Oh, we're talking about all sorts of supplies being in Singapore and stuck around.
And I thought you guys might have just been out for a Sunday drive on a Thursday.
I haven't taken stuff in Singapore.
It's a Thursday drive. I mean, you have enough straights on the, you know, a couple of big long straights to have a bit of a chat with these things.
Solving the world's
Yeah.
problems.
Well, I did tune in on you earlier, and it did seem very much like you had your arm out the window as well, sort of just cruising.
Peter Brock style. Arm on the windowsill.
It all looks a little bit lonely out there for most of you guys. It's a bit of a shame that numbers are down this week.
Yeah.
And I just caught a glimpse of us losing Rex Kelway earlier in the race. He sort of speared off somewhere and hit a wall and lost a wheel.
Yeah.
Hope he didn't
Glad
get
I was nowhere
assistance.
near the car.
I was going to say, I hope he
All
didn't
by
get
himself.
assistance.
All by himself, I think.
So
That's
Greg's
one
up.
thing I noticed with AMS too, you can actually do a combo of actual people and AI.
Yep.
In multiplayer, yeah.
Steve, you shouldn't try talking while you're racing. You just got a slowdown penalty for that, I see.
Yeah, no, I would have probably got that anyway.
I just made mention of you earlier in your famous catchphrase. I think you should probably chuck that in somewhere, because I don't think we've heard it.
No, we've had a few, that's what she said.
It's obviously while I've been on in the commentating forum, so you guys don't annoy me.
Oh,
Charming.
Wow.
Well, I do get told that from time to time.
Absolutely banned.
But I'm not sure if I detect the sarcasm or not, that's the problem.
I just can't talk and drive, so I just drive.
I can't drive full stop, so it doesn't matter.
You can always just pull over and talk, Greg.
You can always ask us what type of dogs we have, Greg.
Well, I'm dogless at the moment.
Well, Greg seems to be pretty much in control out the front there. He's
That's why we're
Yeah.
trying to distract him.
3.6 seconds ahead, but I'm
There
not.
you go,
I'm not.
Commentator's curse.
Well, I'm hoping it'll work for you, Paul.
My strategy is going to cripple me, I'm afraid.
I was giving you high praise for that before.
I don't think it's going to work out somehow.
Well, you never know. Like I said, Greg's got this in the bag, so
Oh, don't tell him that.
Shit.
Who was that?
Don't tell him that.
no, the shit in the background.
That sounded like
Yeah,
Paul.
Me.
Sounded like Paul.
It was me.
So I mentioned Greg and you have the off.
Yeah.
Okay, if I mention you, will Greg have the off?
Pass. I've just got my 4th incident point.
Oh, God, you're doing better than me.
I got 5.
I've got 10.
I got more than that in turn 1.
Bonus championship points are awarded for the highest incident points per race as well.
So the person who finishes with only 1 point going is the winner?
Yeah, but can you finish with just 1 point remaining?
Very difficult.
The trick is not finishing with a time penalty. It's got Damo a few times.
So there you go, a quick drop in with the guys there to have a bit of a chat, and actually turned into a bit of banter there. We see Andrew Graham on screen at the moment. He's currently sitting in that second spot, 4.2 seconds behind Greg, so that gap's starting to open up a little bit again. It is a very lonely race for everybody by the looks of it. The smallest gap out there is Dylan Angel behind Shane Hill, which is 3.3 seconds. And yeah, Paul Dark, a similar gap back there in 5th. Just under 20 minutes remaining in this race. Let's see if any strategies come to the fore now, assuming that some of these guys may need to make another pit stop to make it to the end, or maybe they don't. Who knows? Shane Hill here sitting in 3rd spot, some just under 9 seconds behind Andrew Graham in 2nd. Not too sure what's going on with the KTMs tonight. They've been very quick in the entire season so far. Hard to say, I mean, the Mercedes have generally struggled to be towards the front, and we've got one sitting 2nd at the moment. So Paul Dark into the pits for a 2nd time. His early stop obviously playing against him, or maybe with 20 minutes to go or 18 minutes to go, some of the others may need to stop again. He could move forward another couple of spots maybe. Stephen Cohen, that lovely mobile endorsed AMG. Coming around, he might just about pick Paul off here for position, move up into 6th. Actually looks like Paul snuck out there without me seeing. I changed over to Stephen, and Paul's gone by the looks of it. Pete Dowie here, the last of the runners. Unfortunately, well, quite good for him, he's running 8th, but unfortunately for the series, only the 8 cars remaining in there, and Pete will be quite happy with 8th, I'd imagine. He seems to have struggled a little bit throughout the series. Little bounce over the curb there. And again, he must be enjoying himself out there, just trying to do a bit of motocrossing. something I haven't actually mentioned over the course of the entire race is the fastest lap. So far that's going to Dylan Angel with a 2:10.694. It's the quickest lap of the race so far. We've got Greg McKenzie on a 2:10.997, and three of the runners in the 11s. Mark Halliwell just outside in the 12s. Stephen Coe with a 2:13.788, and Pete Dowie with a 2:14.699. Is the slowest car on the field. So Dylan, even with that fastest lap, just isn't really making any ground on Shane at the moment. Still 3.2 seconds behind. Actually the closest one to actually making a challenge at the moment. See Andrew Graham in second there. He's 4 seconds behind Greg McKenzie. So that gap's starting to just eke open a little bit. There's very much ebb and flow. It's your race leader, Greg McKenzie, lap 21. And just circulating, minding his own business. He just saw a car up in front there. It looks like he might be coming up to lap another competitor. Imagine that may be Pete Dowie that he may be slowly catching up to the back of. Put a lap down. Is indeed Pete. We just saw him flash across the screen there. So there's first spot, Greg McKenzie. We just saw second spot, Andrew Graham in the background there, 4.3 seconds behind. And then holding out third is still Shane with hard charging, no doubt, Dylan Angel behind him. Then we drop back to Mark Halliwell, nearly 45 seconds off Dylan Angel in fifth spot. And Paul Dark a further 28 seconds behind. Steve Coe another 21 seconds down the road. And Pete Dowie just 5 seconds behind Steve Coe now. So there's still a couple of battles that could come to the fore before the end of this race. Just keep an eye on those. The battle at the moment is definitely going to be between Shane and it looks like Mark Halliwell's back in the pits again. So Paul's got a good chance here. Paul's just picked up that spot now, moved back into fifth. Being that he's some 75 seconds behind Dylan Angel, I'm not really sure that he will pick up any more positions, unfortunately, though. So Mark Halliwell's actually dropped right to the tail of the field now. Stephen Coe and Pete Dowie have both overtaken him. Can these guys run to the flag, or do they need to pit yet again? You guys not talking now?
Too busy.
I was just waiting for you to come back, Chris.
I was just going to come in and throw you a curveball and say, safety car, safety car.
Please.
I'm pretty sure Mark wouldn't mind at the moment.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind at the moment. I bent my car and had to fix it.
Oh, do you have an off?
Yeah, only I thought a little minor one, but totally destroyed my steering. For a slash in the middle of the pit stop probably didn't help either.
Old man bladder.
Correct.
Didn't they do that in Talladega Nights? He just gets up, walks away.
Well, I thought I had enough time, but it did something a bit quicker than I thought it would. What I needed was auto pit on, so I could have walked away while we were heading into the pits. The rest of your bin it now.
You do realise you've got to take a drive-through and a 5-second stop and go for that as well.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't that what they did in supercars with Murphy? Didn't he get something ridiculous like that?
Yeah.
5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah, that's when he got out of the car, yeah.
That's when he went for a pee.
He might as well, there's not much happening.
Correct.
Very emotional young Mr. Murphy.
Well, at least you got back in and continued. I would have just put the thing on the truck and gone home.
I think I'd have probably done the same. What did he get it for? I can't remember now.
Oh, I can't remember.
They left the fuel rig hooked into the car and he took off and pulled the fuel rig out of the
Ah, right.
upright. Back when they used to just run them off, well, as they do now. Run them off the tanks.
Yeah. Actually, no, the bloke who built the tank, built all the tanks for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, bloke got a business called Independent Race Cars. He's actually a Kiwi too.
Of course.
He used to work for Freddie Gibson Racing way back.
You know, us Kiwis invented a lot of things.
Yeah, Marty's a good bloke. He builds race cars independently. Business to build race cars. He built Jim Richards' latest class race car. Built a little roll cage and that. It's all right.
See, there's another good Kiwi.
Yep. Oh, and we had Jim along at club night once. So really good value. Courtesy of Marty, because Marty knew him from the Gibson days. I actually had a hot lap round Calder Raceway with Murph once when he was part of KiwiRaceroom. Jesus, that was good. Had a ball with him.
Yeah, that's a circuit that's faded from view, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it still exists. It was just straight up. This was straight after Phillip Island round, so it wasn't in their ride day cars. It was in their race cars, just with a seat chucked in.
Yep.
And it was awesome because we were at my company sponsored Kelly Racing back in the time.
Okay.
So we all got a hot lap there straight after Phillip Island.
I used to, way back then, I was a pit marshal for the touring cars. And did just in Victoria mainly.
Yeah.
And I was even pit marshal for one of the Oscar races, but using the oval. But
Yeah. The old Thunderdome, yep.
yeah. That was interesting.
What's going on with the KTMs tonight?
What was that question about the KTMs?
What's going on with them? They're not up the front.
Two bigger straights. I'll be back next week. Although there's straights at Sepang as well.
We got crashed out at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so did I. Was I taken out by KTM? Was that the problem?
Yeah, they
It was
crashed
the orange one.
That was the orange one. Could have been.
Next week, my least favourite track.
I love it. Wonderful flow and probably one of the best that Tilke's ever done. Which isn't that hard.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not that hard to achieve.
For that era, like Sepang, the Hockenheim rebuild. What else? Bahrain, Shanghai.
Stuff the Hockenheim rebuilt. I love the old Hockenheim. Even the really old one before they put the chicanes out the back.
Yeah, but as the rebuild goes, they did as good a job as they could have.
I remember watching the 500cc bikes down the old Hockenheim with Kevin Schwantz and Wayne Rainier doing and all them coming down there, and Schwantz coming into the braking zones with a back wheel about 4 foot in the air, out braking everyone. It was just absolutely brilliant to watch. Good days of GP motorbike racing. Schwantz, Rainey, Lawson, even Randy down the track there. Still remember doing whinging when they tamed the 500s there for a bit, made them a bit easy to drive, and he was lamenting they were too easy to drive. Anyone could drive them like this, you know. He loved it when they were big and stupidly difficult to ride.
Steve, I've got the camera on you. You can make that pass. You're supposed to spin out so I can come through and win. Don't do it, Bradbury. Said by everybody in the field tonight. Hard getting my lap down. We won't deal with it.
Oh shit, I'm sorry, Steve.
Oh, good man.
there we go. Greg McKenzie takes the checkered flag. Victory at Silverstone in the GT4 Championship, round 5. Followed home in second by Andrew Graham, who's just lunched it at the end there. I thought I heard the big crunch in the background. Shane Hill comes home in third. Dylan Angel takes out fourth. Couldn't quite get there in the end. Oh, still coming around. I think looking at that time difference, he's in another postcode just at the moment, but he will get there eventually. Oh, nearly overshot the corner there. What is it with putting the camera on people at the last part of the race? They always seem to go a bit wide or do something a bit weird. Comes across to take the checkered and finish in 5th spot. Pete Dowie still circulating, another 57 seconds behind. And Steve Coe takes out 7th spot. Mark Halliwell 8th, and Rex Galway, the only retiree of the race. Yeah, didn't get far in the race at all actually. So there we go. It's AusNZ Simracing GT4 Champs round 5 from Silverstone. Bit of a shame for the low numbers tonight. Made it a bit of a lonely race for some guys. Yeah, I'm a bit gutted that I didn't get out there amongst it, to be honest. Have to look in and see why my PC decided to just switch off for no apparent reason. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I've been your commentator for the night, Chris McKenzie, for KiwiRaceroom. Until next time.